Have you ever left a one-on-one with your manager and thought, did we actually talk about anything?
Or maybe you talked a lot, but never said what you really wanted to say.
Yeah, you had the meeting. You just didn't have the words.
One-on-ones happen every week at most companies.
But a lot of people waste them with the same easy phrases over and over.
Like what?
Like, quick update, or sounds good. They feel safe, but they don't say much.
Ha, so true. I've said both of those 100 times.
Same. But once you learn better phrases, your manager actually knows what's going on with you.
Right? And that builds real trust.
It also means better feedback because you're finally saying the real thing.
And a stronger case when you want a raise or a new project.
Exactly. So today, you'll learn exactly what to say instead of those weak, safe phrases.
We've got 6 key words for talking about your work clearly.
2 real one-on-one conversations, one with a new manager, one between old coworkers.
And phrases you can use in your very next one-on-one.
I'm Mary.
And I'm Tom. Let's get into it. Before we hear the conversations, let's run through today's 6 key words. Number 1, update. A short report on how something is progressing.
Right. And a good update says what changed, not just good progress. Let me give you a real update on the launch.
That's way more useful than just saying good progress.
Number 2, blocker. Something that's stopping your work from moving forward.
This one's huge in one-on-ones. If you don't name it, your manager can't help. The blocker is that legal hasn't approved the contract yet.
So true. No blockers sounds nice, but tells your manager nothing.
Number 3, priority. The thing you're choosing to focus on first.
And saying your real priority helps your manager understand your week. My priority this week is finishing the client deck.
It also helps you say no to less important things.
Number 4, feedback. Information about how you're doing, good or bad.
Oh, this one's key. Vague feedback helps no one. Can you give me feedback on how I ran that meeting?
And it shows you actually want to improve.
Number 5, concern. A worry you want to bring up before it becomes a real problem.
Exactly. And one-on-ones are the perfect place for this. I have a concern about the timeline.
Better to raise it early than let it grow.
And finally, growth. Your progress and development over time.
This is the one people forget to bring up. I want to talk about my growth this quarter.
And it shows you're thinking about your future, not just this week.
Great 6 words. Keep them in mind as you listen.
Next scene, John is a manager and Sarah is his direct report. They're on a weekly video call, one-on-one.
It sounds normal on the surface, but see if you can catch the vague phrases Sarah keeps using.
Let's listen in.
Hey Sarah, thanks for hopping on. Let's do our usual one-on-one. How's the week going?
Pretty good. Just a quick update. The client project is on track.
Good to hear. Any blockers I should know about?
No blockers on my end. Everything's moving fine.
Okay. If a blocker does come up, flag it early, all right?
Will do.
And what's your top priority right now?
Probably just finishing the report by Friday. That's my priority.
Got it. I also wanted to give you some feedback on the presentation you led yesterday.
Sure, go ahead.
You explained the data really clearly, but I think you could slow down a bit during the Q&A.
Sounds good. I'll keep that in mind.
Also, how are you feeling about your growth this quarter? Any concern you want to raise?
Honestly, not really. I'm okay.
All right. Let's touch base again next week. Same time?
Works for me. Thanks, John.
Okay, that scene was smoother than it looked. Let me flag something a lot of people miss on the first listen.
Sarah sounded totally fine in that meeting, but she barely said anything real.
Exactly. Let's start with quick update. She used that instead of actually saying what changed.
Right. Quick update sounds proactive, but it tells John nothing. Is the project ahead? behind, at risk.
A better version is something specific like, we're 2 days behind because of a vendor delay.
That's so much more useful. It gives John something to actually respond to.
Right? Specifics turn a status update into a real update.
In a more formal setting, you might say, I'd like to walk you through where things stand. Same idea, more formal tone.
Either way, specifics beat quick update every time. Next up, no blockers. Sarah said it fast, almost like a reflex.
Ha, I've done that. You say no blockers just to move the meeting along.
But if you flag it early, your manager can actually help before it becomes a real problem.
Even a small one, there's a small blocker with vendor approval, but I'm handling it, is way more honest.
And it builds trust because your manager sees you catching problems early, not hiding them.
It shows maturity, not weakness.
Yeah, no blockers every single week starts to look like you're not paying attention.
Last one for this scene. Sounds good. Sarah said it about feedback she probably didn't fully agree with.
Wait, so you're saying sounds good can actually be a red flag?
Kind of. If you don't understand or agree, sounds good shuts down the conversation.
A better response is asking a follow-up question like, can you give me an example of that?
That shows you're actually engaging with the feedback, not just nodding along.
Oh, I love that. Turns a dead-end phrase into a real conversation.
Small change, big difference in how engaged you sound.
By the way, if these phrases are hitting close to home, a like or subscribe really helps us make more episodes like this.
Seriously, it means a lot to us. Next scene, we're switching to a totally different vibe. Alex and Emma are old coworkers, doing a casual Friday check-in.
Notice how relaxed the tone is, but see if Emma still falls into some of the same vague habits.
Let's listen.
Hey Emma, quick one-on-one before the weekend. How's everything?
Honestly, I'm fine. Just been busy.
Yeah? Any update on the migration project?
No updates, really. Still chugging along.
Okay. Is there a blocker slowing you down or just a lot of work?
Kind of both, NGL. The API docs are a mess. That's the real blocker.
Got it. That's a real concern. Let's flag that to the platform team.
Cool, that works for me.
What's your priority for next week then?
Probably just untangling that API stuff first. That's my priority.
Makes sense. Also, I wanted to give you some feedback. Your last PR review was super thorough.
Oh, thanks. I've been trying to slow down and actually read the code.
It shows. And how are you feeling about your growth heading into next quarter?
Good, actually. I want to lead a project soon.
Let's talk about that growth plan next time. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Different vibe, same podcast. I love how casual and real that conversation felt.
Right, so let's break down the vague habits Emma had, even in a relaxed conversation.
First, I'm fine. Classic response when someone's actually overwhelmed.
So true. I'm fine hides the real problem, that she's swamped with work.
A better move is naming the concern directly, like, I have a concern. My workload's heavier than usual.
That gives Alex something real to respond to, instead of just moving on.
Yeah, even friends deserve the honest version, not just, I'm fine.
Even in a casual setting, that kind of honesty builds trust.
Next, no updates. Emma said that about a whole migration project.
Ha, that's such a common one. It sounds like nothing happened, even if a lot did.
Right. Instead, share the real priority status, like, we're halfway through, but the API docs are slowing us down.
That way, the one-on-one actually does its job instead of being small talk.
It also shows Alex that Emma's actually thinking about the project, not just coasting.
Exactly. Silence isn't the same as nothing to report.
Last one. That works for me. Emma said it about a fix for the API docs issue.
It's such an easy, agreeable phrase, but it doesn't say what you actually want.
A stronger version states the growth outcome you actually want, like, I want to lead the fix for this. It'd be great experience.
Ooh, I like that. It turns a passive agreement into an actual ask.
It's such a small wording shift, but it changes the whole meaning.
And that's exactly how you use a casual one-on-one to build your case for bigger opportunities.
One more thing. Notice how these three phrases work even in a super casual setting.
Right, formality doesn't matter here. It's about being specific instead of vague.
Whether it's a formal Zoom call or a Friday Slack huddle, the fix is the same.
Good phrases are good phrases, no matter how relaxed the room is.
Let's get practical. Here are ways to actually use today's phrases starting Monday.
First up, name the blocker early. Don't wait until it's a crisis.
Right, even saying, "There's a small thing I'm watching," keeps your manager in the loop.
And it protects you too. If it grows into a real problem, you already flagged it.
Exactly. Nobody's mad about a heads up.
It's such a simple habit, but it changes everything.
Next, ask what to change, not just how you're doing.
So instead of, "How am I doing?" ask, "What's one thing I could do differently?"
That gets you a real actionable answer instead of just, "Good job."
I've actually tried this. The feedback I got was way more useful.
See? Specific questions get specific answers. Third tip, state your real priority.
Say the one thing you're actually focused on, not a list of 5 things.
Right. My priority this week is the client deck is so much clearer than lots going on.
It also helps your manager know what to protect your time for.
Such a small phrase, but it reframes the whole meeting.
Fourth, raise concerns directly.
Instead of hinting, just say the concern. I have a concern about the deadline.
It feels a little scary the first time, but it's so much more respected.
Totally. Managers would rather know early than find out late.
And once you say it once, it gets easier every time after that.
Last one, talk about your growth.
Don't wait to be asked, bring it up yourself. I want to talk about my growth this quarter.
That's how you turn a routine one-on-one into a real career conversation.
Which of these 5 phrases will you try first in your next one-on-one?
Drop it in the comments. We'd love to know. You just learned 6 phrases that most people never think to fix because they sound fine on the surface.
Let's do a quick recap. We had update, blocker, priority, feedback, concern, and growth.
And instead of quick update, say what actually changed.
Instead of no blockers, name the blocker early, even a small one.
Instead of sounds good, ask a follow-up question.
Instead of I'm fine, raise the real concern.
Instead of no updates, share your real priority status.
And instead of that works for me, say what growth outcome you actually want.
Try using at least 2 of these phrases in your next one-on-one with your manager.
Maybe start with naming a blocker or asking for one specific piece of feedback.
What's one thing you always forget to bring up in your one-on-one? Tell us in the comments.
And if this helped, subscribe. We post a new episode every week.
Your next one-on-one is coming up soon. Go say the real thing this time.
Thanks for listening. See you next episode.